Hello, I'm going to do a review today of Paul McCartney's newish album, Egypt Station. It's been out about a month now, so I thought I'd finally review it. Now I've had a bit of time to get used to it. So before I begin, I'm not going to be doing the album background for this review, just because there's not a lot to say. I've been doing research and there's not really much to say. So I'll say a couple of quick things here. The album got to number 3 here in the UK, unfortunately, but over in the States it got to number 1, so well done, America. You've shown us British up. Yeah, that's about it. To promote it, obviously Paul's done Carpool Karaoke with James Corden. He's also done surprise gigs at Abbey Road, Lipper, which is his old school, the Cavern and Grand Central Station. And something, it's got nothing to do with this review, I'm just going to say it now. Next year, in January, is the 50th anniversary of the rooftop concert. And I don't know, I just have this little sort of hunch. I don't know what making me think this, but I've just got a funny feeling Paul might do something to celebrate it. Maybe go back up on that roof and do a surprise concert, since he's been doing a few of them this year. But anyway, that's irrelevant. For now, that's a video for another day. So anyway, let's get into the review of Egypt Station. So I finally got a vinyl copy. See my first thoughts, first impressions of it. You heard me say I don't have a vinyl version because I didn't want to pay 40 quid. So this is just the regular version I've got now. Still got it in its cellophane, which is why it's a bit reflective. It's reflecting a bit, but anyway. So it's great artwork, this vinyl. This is not the foldy out version, it's just the normal version. It's got the little sticker on. Anyway, I'll do the track by track review. The opening track, I should say my opinions haven't changed all that much since my first impressions. I will leave that video up, but this is now I suppose this is my definitive opinion. This is my final say. Opening Station is the opening track. Same as what I said before, I love this song. It's a great, relaxing sort of opening. Sets the tone. I did say in my other review video, I don't see this really much as a concept album. I still don't think it is. But yeah, I like this opening track, and it flows straight into I Don't Know, which was the first single. One of the first 2 singles. Still love this song. It's a nice slow piano ballad. Great song. Come On To Me is next. Yep, really like this song. It's a great single, great guitar riff. I'm seeing Paul live in Glasgow in December, someday in December. And I'm looking forward to seeing this one done live, especially now he's got the horn section with him. Hopefully he does the horn bit live, which would be nice to see. And I'm hoping, because it's December, we'll get to see Wonderful Christmas Time, which I know is not the best song he's ever done. But anyway, I've gone off topic, but it would be nice to see that one done live. Track 4, Happy With You. Yep, really like this song, sort of an acoustic song. It's a nice one, this. It's been reflected on his past. We all have assumed it's about the breakup of the Beatles. He's reflecting on that point when he used to get stoned and everything and wasted. It could be that period, or it might be when him and Heather Mills were together and now he's talking about being with Nancy. Because if it was about that period after the breakup of the Beatles, then one would assume this song is about Linda. But but he can't be happy with Linda anymore because unfortunately she's not here. Although I think we all know if she was, he would still be with her. But yeah, so I think it's about Nancy personally, and he's reflecting on his time with Heather Mills. But that's just my opinion. It might not be the case. Who Cares is next. I said this was my joint favourite song in the last one. It's now been demoted, I'm afraid, to 2nd place. But it's a great song. It's a great rocker. Great bass, great guitars. Paul sings it really well. I really like this song. The thing he did of it at Grand Central Station, he got those 2 girls up on stage, which is very, very cringy, I think. Not to be stereotypical, but it's... No, I won't say what I was going to say there. I might offend people. But yeah, it kind of does make it cringe. Would you really... I mean, I suppose some people obviously would, but would you... Especially if it was like a stadium, would you get up on stage and dance like that? But whatever, I've gone off topic. Foot You is next. I said this was my least favourite song in the last video. It's not one of my favourites. It's not terrible, it's not a horrible song, but I don't think it's one of his best. I think it's... I don't think it's great, like I said, but yeah, it is. It's quite a catchy chorus. It's not the best song in the world, but yeah. Confidant is next. I really like this song. Still kind of annoyed that he said it's about his guitar, because it does kind of ruin it a bit. Because although he might just be saying that because it doesn't really, to me, make sense about it being a guitar. Again, I'd think it'd be more like Heather Mills, but wonky leg. But he says it's about his guitar, so we just have to assume it is. But yeah. Yeah, it's a really nice song, really nice acoustic ballad. He sings it really well. I love this song. What's the next one? People Want Peace is next. This is now my least favourite song on the album. It's one of those, I said in the last thing, it was like something Ringo I would expect from Ringo. I still stand by that statement. I'm not wanting to hate on Ringo, because if this was a Ringo song, it'd be pretty good. But I think Paul should have given it to him, to be honest. But it's just not a very good song, I don't think. It's boring. It's just... And like I said, I'm not disagreeing with the sentiment of wanting peace, because who doesn't want peace? But I'm fed up of bloody hearing about it, to be honest, especially with Ringo and his peace and love thing constantly. But, yeah, so I really don't need it from Paul as well, but I don't disagree with it, but it's hard to give peace a chance. Hand in Hand is next. This is a ballad. There's a lot of ballads on this album, actually. Again... my opinion on this hasn't changed since the original video. It's not a song I listen to all that often, to be honest. I don't think it's the best ballad he's ever done. It's definitely not the worst, but it's just one of those middle-of-the-road McCartney songs. Dominoes is next. This is probably my third favourite song on the album. This is a fantastic song. It's a really good chorus, really catchy. Really nice song. I really like Dominoes. Next, Back in Brazil. Still haven't learned the order of the tracks going. Back in Brazil is next. I said I didn't like this song in my original video. I disagree with myself now. I love this song. It's really catchy. The thing that ruined it for me when I did my first impressions was somebody had said in a review, it's like Tomorrow Never Knows, and when you've got that in your mind, then you hear this, it is a bit of a letdown. But now I've got Tomorrow Never Knows out my head. I'm appreciating it for what it is. And I really like it. It's a really good song, and it's very catchy. So I'm pleased it's growing on me. Do It Now. Do It Now is next. This one's been played on the radio a bit recently, and yeah, it's a slow ballad. It's not one of my favourites, but it's alright. It's not the worst song, but it's just, again, like Hand in Hand, in my opinion, it's just a bit middle of the road. Caesar Rock is next. I like this song. I can't remember what I said on it. About it on the first video. I can't remember if I said I liked it or I didn't like it. I do remember saying it does kind of have Egyptian vibes, this song, which I like. So the way he sings it is kind of, he's attempting to do it in the style of Oh Darling and Monkberry Moon Delight, Oh Woman, Oh Why. That style of vocals, but he doesn't pull it off because he can't sing like that anymore. But it's still a good song. The vocals, they're not terrible. They're just, it's one of those songs, I think he's maybe a couple of decades too late to it. If he'd wrote this maybe even 20 years ago, I think he just sang this really, really good. But it's not a bad song, it's just his vocals kind of let it down ever so slightly. I apologise about the light, by the way, but I can't do anything about daylight, I'm afraid. After that, we've got Despite Repeated Warnings. This is, without doubt, the best song on the album. It's my favourite. I think this is the best song Paul has done in a very, very long time. It is, I put it up there with his very best, to be honest. Definitely the best thing of this century, this millennium, which is over 2000 onwards. It is a brilliant, brilliant song. Paul was on Radio 2 a few months ago, talking about this, and the person who was interviewing described this as proper Forster songwriting. It's songwriting at its absolute best, and yes, it's an attack at Trump, but he doesn't directly name Trump. And there's a few people who don't like this song, which is fair enough, but God, they're missing out. This is it's like a modern day Band on the Run. You Never Give Me Your Money, Uncle Albert, that style of song, it is fantastic. The production on this song is brilliant. Without doubt the best song Paul has done since Flaming Pie. Since the Flaming Pie album. Station 2 is next. Again, just the same as the opening station. Nice relaxing thing. After that, we've got Hunt You Down Naked, C-Link. My opinion is the same as what it was in the original video. It starts off pretty heavy, then it slows down, then it slows down even more. Of the three, C-Link I think is the best one. It's quite bluesy, the guitar on that. But yeah, I like it. I really do like it. And it's a great way to close the album. So that's it. Egypt Station. Paul's most recent album. Hopefully not his last. It could be, we don't know. But hope it's not his last. Hope he's got a few more in him yet. But this is... I've got to be honest, I love this album. I am still pleasantly surprised at how good this album is. In my opinion, personally, I much prefer this album to New and Memory Almost Full. I'm kind of still debating whether I prefer it to Chaos and Creation. Definitely better than Driving Rain. It's not as good as Flaming Pie. My favourite McCartney albums, I've never done a ranking of McCartney albums, but if I was to rank them, I exclude Beatles and Wings, because as far as I'm concerned, Wings is its own thing. If I'm going to include Wings albums, then I should be including Beatles albums, because Wings were supposed to be a proper band, so they shouldn't be on McCartney solo things. But anyway, but my top three, but I include Ram, which is interesting because that's Paul and Linda. But anyway, my top three McCartney albums would be Ram, Tug of War and Flaming Pie. I wouldn't put this album up there with them three, but it's definitely up a tier at the minute still. It's a 9 out of 10 album. Wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10. But yeah, it is a good album. And it's nice to see Paul can still make good albums like this. And he's on a good streak at the minute since Chaos and Creation. He's been really hitting the ball with the albums. Chaos and Creation was brilliant. Memory Almost Full was great. Chaos and the other one, New, was great. And now this is great. So yeah, more to come hopefully, Paul. See you next time. Cheerio.